another question in regards to this week's parasha, when you mentioned the issues of Kiddushin before the actual wedding. So this question that I'm about to ask, perhaps are going to make me seem as some sort of a feminist, but I am not, Chas v'shalom. So my question is, if during the Kiddushin, if the woman is the one that commits adultery, why does she only get the death penalty and not the guy if he's the one that commits adultery?
Okay, so let's first explain for everybody what you were talking about. So today, when people decided to get married, so they of course there is a word, there is like a engagement party, but today it means exactly zero. Okay, they come into agreement when, on what day, like how much people are getting, what they're paying, where they're going to live, like all of these technical details, but there is no actual obligation. But in olden days, in the Torah time, right, and in Talmudic time, I'm not sure, tell you the truth, I'm not sure when it stopped, but the wedding procedure was in two parts. First is Kiddushin, when the guy comes, or his family comes, his father comes, somebody like his friend comes to this lady and said, this guy, my friend, or he said, I'd like to marry you. And she said, okay, what are you going to give me? And he gives you a ring, or he gives you any gifts, well, whatever she demands, whatever she wants, he must give you. If she said, one orange should be enough and I'm going to be your wife, so he brings one orange. If she said, I want to, I don't know, like a skyscraper, so he must give you a skyscraper. That's her price, right? For what she agreed to marry this guy, right? So that's the first stage, and then they live separate for some time. I think it was up to a year. I don't remember reading that somebody would live more than a year, like preparing. So in olden days, you could not go to the store and buy all the pillows, for example, or blankets, right? So these women, they would prepare pillows, like blankets, all of this dresses and this and that. If you make it manually, it takes very long time. Was it ever available for sale? I think so, but it was proper to do it themselves. And they would live separately for how long? As we said, up to a year, sometimes 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, depends on them. So, and this lady was a semi-married person. After she agreed, so he said, "You are consecrated to me," and she agreed that she's consecrated to this guy. So if she changed her mind, or he changed his mind, they have to divorce. So even though they never worked together, they never spent 1 minute in a closed room, right? The only conversation they have, of course, maybe in the room, but maybe other people left the room. So, for example, to them speak privately, but all of the doors were open, was no actual privacy. Or they would meet today, what people would meet in a public place, right? So everybody would see them, like in the lobby of hotel or something, in some a public place in park that everybody can see what's going on, right? And if they decide to not to get married, okay, no problem, but he has to give you a get, meaning divorce. So the question was just asked, right? So in one sense, she's married person, but in some sense, she's not completely married person. Because why? There is no second stage of this marriage, which is chuppah, and the most important part of this chuppah is not chuppah itself, but what happened after chuppah, that they have relations when he takes you to his home, and they have relations. That's when the wedding complete. But before these relations, the wedding is not complete, right? So she's married in some sense, yes, but in some sense not. She's not married, right? So in what sense she's not married? I if I remember correctly, if he dies, she cannot inherit after him. Well, let's say there's no other heirs. I don't think she can inherit. So because they're not completely married. Okay, so that's the thing. So now she commits adultery. So now we're going to this example. So only she gets a death penalty, but not the guy that was with her. But right, but to draw the parallel, when we're talking in a parsha Naso, when we're talking about the case of Sota, this wayward woman, this rebellious woman, right? So she, for sure, she had committed adultery. So in this case, I mean, not Sota. Sota is a suspected woman, but if she would commit adultery and they were witnesses, this and that, so we would execute her and this guy that was with her. You understand? And if she would drink this Sota waters, right? So she would die after some time. Well, we're not going to in details. And this guy is going to die at the same time. So there is a spiritual connection. So she's going to die in Jerusalem where she is, and he's going to die in in Haifa where he is. This adulterer. So that's the connection between them. Why? Because the Torah said because it was adultery when she was married. Right? That's the adultery. But in this case, she was not 100% married, so only she dies, but he's not, because it's not that does not come under this Torah law. So Torah is very specific. Like that's how our sages derive the laws. Like today we say what is needed for your for the nefesh of people. What is a common? So they literally they parse the verse literally and explain. So she was married in some sense, but in some sense she was not married. The marriage as we know did not complete, meaning that this guy could not take her into the room. You understand? In this fiance of hers, because they're not completely married. Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, what else?
Thank you, Rabbi.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's a very, very good question. Yes. What else?
That was a great answer. Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.